Hello, everyone. This is Todd Hefferman with the Southern Illinoisan, and welcome to the Salukimania podcast. My guest today is fifth-year senior Andrea Estrada from Bogota, Colombia. She's an outside hitter for the SIU volleyball team and helped the Salukis make the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. Last year, they fizzled out in the MVC tournament. They had a bunch of injuries, had a couple transfers in the offseason, including Justin Ingram going to Illinois Chicago. Their new coach is Carrie Thompson from North Dakota State, and Estrada was on the preseason all-conference team this year. She is one of 4 Salukis with over 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs, and will be getting started for her senior season this weekend. What's the communication been with the new coaching staff and the new players and playing with all them?
Good. I mean, I think they have stated what their expectations are of us and where they want us to be as a team, and there's some things that, like, obviously they're different from what Justin would say or whatever, and there's new stuff to learn, and it's hard sometimes to change your technique when you've been playing like all your life with certain technique, and then someone comes and tries to change it, but it's part of the process. And like, we have a lot of freshmen this year, so I think we're communicating well to be like a new team.
You do have a lot of new players, which have a lot of returning players too.
Yeah.
Can you guys get back to the tournament, or how what has to happen for you guys to contend for the Valley, you think, this year?
Like, as returners, we need to know that we can be up there, and I know we got ranked 5th or whatever, but we know that's not our spot. We can be top 3, top 2 in the MVC, and the freshmen and the newcomers, transfers, need to understand where our goals are and what we do on the court and what the coach's expectations are from us and how we do things here, pretty much.
You had some significant injuries at the end of the year as a team. Did you feel like you just didn't have the whole team when you went to the Valley tournament?
Yeah, we had 3 out of 6, so I mean, I don't want to say that because of that we didn't do good, but like, that's a really huge factor in it. Like, we had a freshman setter had to come in for a senior setter. Like, that's a huge difference. And for us, the tempo sets was key because we play a really fast tempo that the freshman setter at the time may have not had yet, you know? Like, she would set high and it was a little bit inconsistent, but now she's a sophomore and it's going really good. And then Rachel, the freshman, she also came back from shoulder surgery. She's doing a great job too. So,
you grew up in Colombia. How did you end up here?
Justin recruited me. I play for my national team in Colombia, and I was playing in Cuba against the USA actually, and I think he saw me play and he like added me on Facebook and recruited me pretty much. And I was like, I mean, it's D1, it's volleyball, that's what I want. Like, that's what I've wanted all my life, to come here to play college volleyball.
So you signed without seeing the campus, obviously?
No, I didn't come here. I was being recruited by Hofstra University too in New York, but I chose SIU because they had my major. I was architecture, and Hofstra didn't have architecture, and I ended up transferring, changing majors to philosophy. So, but I mean, I'm happy I came here.
Yeah. What is volleyball like in Colombia? I mean, is it a major sport there?
No, not at all. Soccer is the big thing there. High school-wise, volleyball, it's like non-existent. It's really, really, really basic level. Like, the middle is the only one that blocks. Even in college, like, college level is a joke because they don't invest money in it. They only care about academics. No one offers you a scholarship. Like, you can be the best in Colombia, and no one will offer you a scholarship to play volleyball because it's not a priority there.
So you played in high school, and you just worked at it hard and made the national team.
So there's leagues. So like we don't have states, we have departments, right? So I would play for my department, and then it's like nationals. So you compete against other departments, and out of there, like in the nationals, they choose the best ones to be on the national team. So I got recruited to play on the national team. Yeah.
Did you ever want to play in the middle or be a setter?
Setter for sure was always my dream. But like, I would have been a decent setter, I'd say. But I mean, my coaches would always put me ahead. So, but yeah.
You're one of 4 players in history to have 1,000 digs and 1,000 kills, and this is your senior year still to play. I mean, how much did you emphasize defense growing up, or how much do you enjoy playing defense?
Well, in Colombia and in the rest of the world except here, as outside hitters, you play all the way around. So like, you know how they get switched when they go back row to serve for a DS? We don't do that. Like every player, even not a middles, but every player has to know how to pass, how to dig, how to serve, how to block, how to hit, everything. So for me, honestly, I came here, I was like expecting to play all the way around. Like I wasn't, and defense was always a big deal. Like defense is key to volleyball, and that was a like big priority for my past coaches in the national team. So I practiced that a lot. So I just carried it on here too.
What's harder, defense or offense?
Defense, blocking, it's really hard. My weakest skill is blocking for sure. Like my technique in blocking is not really good. So yeah.
Did your parents play or your mom?
Yeah, my mom was a big deal in Colombia. She was the captain of the national team in Colombia. I was once too for the World Cup, but she, like, people would know me because I'm her daughter. Yeah. So, and it's not like she made me play or anything. I just literally always grew up in the like sports scenario because my dad played handball too. That's how they met. So it was always a sport. My aunts played in the national team too, volleyball. So it was always in the family.
You didn't play soccer?
Nah, in high school, but like not really, for real. So.
What is your? Are you still close with your dad, or did he grow up with you?
Yeah, my parents are married. They're together. I mean, it's just they're not here, like both of them. And my brother, he is 18. He played soccer in high school, but not really serious. But yeah, we all live together, and in Colombia, like it's not a thing that you turn 18 and then you move out. No, you literally stay in your house until you get married, and not even like. It's just a culture where you don't just let your kids go and do whatever they want. It's different.
Have you been back since you came here?
Yeah, like I always go every break, like every semester. So every 4 or 5 months, depending, for a month or less, a little bit.
And I took a philosophy class, and when I was in college, I dropped it after 2 weeks because they're saying this is the truth, but it's not really the truth. and as a journalist, like you deal with this is the truth. This is the only truth. There's only one truth. Yeah. So do you enjoy it? What do you enjoy about it?
Oh yeah, I love philosophy. It's just it makes you realize that you actually don't know anything. Like you think, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's so many. It teaches you how to. Critical thinking, how to make good arguments, how to like spot someone's weakness when they're arguing against you. It's not really about it is about learning what other authors said, but it's also about you and how you develop as a human being and what your version of the world and the truth is, what your own truth is. And there's a lot of stuff out there that if you read, it will literally change your perspective of the world. So I just really like that.
Was there one book you've read that really changed your view of things?
I like absurdism, so it's like Albert Camus. It's like pessimist a little bit, but like it's very direct, and you there's some things that you wouldn't like to be told. Sometimes, like, there's no purpose in the world. I don't know. Like, if you be told that, you're going to be like, so I have no purpose. What am I doing in my life? Why am I alive? But then, at the end, he says that you just got to keep going to find your purpose, like stuff like that. I don't know. And then Descartes, he's a French philosopher, like 18th century, 17th century. Just like classic Western philosophy I like the most.
So I know you're a senior in college, but what is your purpose when you get up in the morning?
I don't know. Like I like learning a lot. Like I love school. I graduated already, but I'm a redshirt, so I'm going to law school in Colombia. I'm going to start in January. I want to do good I want to do good in school and on the court. Like that's like my goal to be. I think that's so satisfying when someone's good on the court and good in the classroom. So that's like, it's hard sometimes to find a balance between those two, obviously, but I feel like reaching that is like really, really like my purpose.
You gonna coach?
No.
Could you play professionally somewhere?
I thought about it, but education is my priority. Like when I was a senior in high school and I was practicing for the national team and we went to Czech Republic in Europe, all my teammates, we all had the option to either go pro or go to school, and I chose to go to school. Plus my parents would have never let me choose money over education. So, and I mean this is money too because I'm getting paid for. They just didn't have the background of like their family wanting them to educate themselves. They just wanted the money. But now that I graduate and stuff, I don't know. Like there's some teams in Europe that they pay a school if you play for them. It's not like here, there's no NCAA regulations and all that. So you can be like 23 and already play 4 years of college, already graduated, and they would still pay for your master's, for example. So something like that I would do, but I already got accepted in a really good school in Colombia. That's like ranked higher than any schools that do the paying thing for volleyball players. So I really don't think I would pursue more than this.
What do your parents do for a living down there?
My dad is an architect and my mom is like into business. She has I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's a company that sells alcohol and she's like the senior business manager. So she trains people to sell to like Walmart or Kroger, like a bigger scale.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Anything else to add?
Nope.
Last year, it's gone fast, I'll bet.
Yeah. Hopefully, I just want to come back stronger and get the team and let everyone know that we're not fifth in conference. Like, you know, Loyola and what other team was above us?
Illinois State, Missouri State.
UNI and
I think that's the four.
Yeah.
Just
prove that we're better than that.
We'll see.
We'll prove that we're better than that.